unpreparedness aside, I have no idea what I'm doing at all. But we're gonna play with Sharpies today. Alright, first, as always, I like to go in with some white and blue just as the background to kind of blend everything together, get a nice base for my painting. This is honestly my favorite part of the whole process. I just love blending the colors together from the top to the bottom like that. It's really relaxing to me and soothing. And of course, we gotta make sure to clean that brush. And now we're getting some more colors on my palette. And I decided to just do some simple little clouds in the sky, and I've been really working on my cloud blending techniques and making sure they blend all the way out at the bottom so they're nice and realistic looking. And then I was just making sure to add extra white to make sure they popped. Added a couple more at the bottom. I was just having fun with this and just trying to be creative and not think too much about it. I probably could have used a smaller brush for this, especially towards the bottom here when my clouds were getting a little smaller, but I was just having fun. I didn't want to clean up a bazillion brushes, so I just kind of went with it. And then I wanted to add a mountaintop to this painting, so I mixed together some blue and green to kind of give the green a little bit more depth than just the green I had, and I just made a quick mountaintop. This took a couple layers to get a good foundation for my painting. You could kind of see through to the background in some parts, and look how cool it looks right there before it dried. The texture looks amazing, and then as soon as it dried, all that texture disappeared. Right here, look, no texture, but we're going in with Sharpies. I wanted to go along the sort of texture I created that you couldn't see, and I was trying to pop it out with this Sharpie. So I just traced the outline of a mountaintop and some hills in the front with the gold Shimmer Sharpie. I kind of traced over it twice in a couple spots just to make sure it was nice and shimmery. And then for these clouds, I decided since the mountaintop had some gold shimmer, I wanted to add more shimmer to the clouds. At first I went in with this weird pattern that I decided I really didn't like in the end, and you'll see me cover it up in a second, but I was just trying to play around with what kind of designs would look good with this, what kind of techniques go well with Sharpies, and I was just having fun. I was really, truly not trying to think about it too much. So here's where I kind of started to realize I didn't like that first design I was making, so I filled in that bottom cloud completely with that silver Sharpie. I was still trying to figure out what design I wanted with like dots and stuff, but I was just filling out the bottom and then adding dots to these top clouds. At this point I still didn't know what I was going to do about that whole second cloud from the bottom with all those weird designs, and at first I tried to kind of blend it all together, but then I soon realized I should just cover the part I didn't want and then add dots to make it look kind of like diffused. I will say, if anyone decides to do this kind of art, make sure you have some really fresh Sharpies with nice wet ink. I had to switch between 3 different silver Sharpies because the ones I had were kind of on clearance, so I figured they would be drying out eventually, but they were getting really dry towards the top of those mountains, or to the top of those clouds, and I was just kind of stressing about it, but it turned out fine in the end. So once I decided to do this little dot technique on the clouds, it just was a matter of finishing these dots, and I was getting kind of tired at this point because it was almost my bedtime. So I was just adding dots, and there's gonna be a part in a second when the camera skips because I accidentally didn't record some parts of this, and it just finished the painting. So here is the finished product. You can kind of see the shimmer of that Sharpie now. I really kind of liked it. If I do this in the future, I'm going to do more texture on the mountains, I think, and try to do more patterns. But I had a lot of fun, and I hope you enjoyed this video.